Beautiful number 13 today. I just want to start off, it's been a tough month really for college football. When you look at Aaron Parsegan, Dick McPherson, and yesterday Coach Frank Broyles passing away. Growing up in the coaching profession, it's tough. There's three legends, that I've had communication with all of them. I mean, Dick McPherson was a Cincinnati grad, so we always had him out to practice there. Aaron Parsegan played, or actually coached my dad at Miami, Ohio back in the day, and then Frank Broyles, got to know him out, in Little Rock for the Broyles Award, and had breakfast with him, just an intimate breakfast with like 4 coaches and him, and it was like, whoa, well, and here's some of the stories. So, my condolences go to all their families. And I just think it's right, and there's some great people that'll be here forever. They've been impacting a bunch of people. When you think about all the players out there, I mean, they went through thousands of players that they impacted. So, just want to throw that out there. But great day of practice yesterday. We were in shells yesterday. Today we're back out in the pads. We'll go pads the next 2 days and then try to lighten it up before scrimmage on Saturday. And we just keep stepping forward and doing some good things.
As far into practice, you still wait. Are there any positions that you're still waiting for a guy to sort of emerge from yet? I know you talked about defensive tackle a little bit, but you're still waiting to see what you got in those guys.
We're waiting on everybody. I mean, it's like team meeting last night. I threw up the depth chart and said, hey, this thing can continue to move. I mean, we're at practice 13, and this is the dog days of camp right now. This is when some guys will fall flat on their face and some guys will rise to the top. I mean, so there's still stuff going on. Otherwise, we just give you the depth chart and say, let's go and stop practicing. But there's still a lot of work to do. And I think, who can you trust for the long period of time? You don't gain trust in a week and say, okay, let's go. I mean, it takes time to develop players and develop a trust in players to get the job done.
At center, is it a 2-man competition, or is it it could be more than that depending on where people move around?
It's 3, 4. I mean, you got, Bookster took snaps yesterday at center. I mean, AO, we know can do it, and obviously Morrissey and Connor are working there. So, I mean, we're always going to find our 5 best guys.
With the extra week of camp, I mean, can some of those position battles stretch out even longer than they might have, a year ago?
And where?
Since you have an extra week of camp, can all the position battles? I mean, can you kind of stretch that out? Whereas maybe
they could.
The past,
I mean, obviously it's a week. I mean, we're going to take another week to evaluate and make sure we're getting the right guys at the right spots. So, certainly another week is another week for us to evaluate and for things to come out a different way if that's possible.
You mentioned those other guys, those coaches, and the impact they made in college football. How would you like to be remembered? 25 years from now, or whatever.
I guess just a great question, Jerry. Golly, getting me here. I didn't expect that.
Once in a while, you hit one. Coach.
I'm too young. I want to be remembered being a players' coach, one that did everything they could for the players and whatever I could. That's why we coach. It's for those guys out there. It really is. And today the word of the day is enthusiasm. And practice 13, some of the guys start to lose their enthusiasm, but I want to be known for an enthusiastic coach that had fun going out to practice every day and impact the kids' lives.
What's Flanagan taking to that F-back or fullback role without George in there?
He's playing tight end right now, but he's not a fullback. I don't know where that got out, but he's a tight end, and just like last year, Orndorff was used as a tight end. It doesn't matter if he's back 5 yards or up tight. We do everything the same.
What have you seen from the freshman tight ends?
I've seen a little bit of everything. A lot of good from Tyler Sear all the way up to Charles Reeves and Kerrigan. I mean, they've done a great job. They just continue to learn the playbook, and they each have different strengths. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some are faster, some are quicker, some got better hands. They've got a assortment of everything. And I got one question. I got to go. It's walkthrough. Yeah, Jerry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, then I'll get to it. Let's go.
What have you seen from the long jumper?
The long jumper? He looked good in shorts yesterday, and he's fast. First thing I like about him, he's got a good personality. He's paying attention to meetings that I see, and he's got a smile on his face. That's the first test.
How does that extra week maybe allowed for the freshmen that maybe beforehand wouldn't have enough time to be ready for opening week?
It gives you an extra week. It does, but it can also wear you out and tear you down in different ways. But they were here all summer, or I should say all summer. I think on June 26th they got here. So our kids did a great job of coaching them up during the summer. So they've had that time, whether it was with us or with them, they were going to get that time football-wise anyway. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.